What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of your Mystro Weekly Industry Roundup. My name is Randy Shear, also known as Uberman from YouTube, and I'm here in collaboration with Mystro for Android devices. I'm going to jump right into this. Number one on my list is from the Boston Globe, and the article states that passengers, drivers, and the city in general are getting tired of drivers double parking, stopping in the middle of the street to let passengers on or let passengers off. So the city came up with a solution. They're going to start offering curbside pickup and drop-off locations in the busiest areas. Now, this is something that's been done a couple times in a couple other cities, so this is good to see. This is a definite way to combat the congestion. You should never stop in the middle of the street. You should always try to find a parking spot to let your passengers out or to pick up your passengers, but we all know as drivers, sometimes that's just not a possibility. So you stop in the street, you take 3 seconds or 10 seconds to let your passengers out, or alternatively, what's even worse is when you have to stop in the road because there's nowhere to park and your passengers are, trying to find you, and sometimes that can take a few minutes. So it can be very frustrating for the driver, for people behind you that are waiting. It's just a bad situation. So it's good to see this, and I really hope to see more cities adopting something like this. It really would help traffic and congestion in a lot of these areas. And that brings me to another thing that I was a little bit concerned about when I read this article. It's like, okay, we're starting to see a lot more congestion and at airports as well. So is Uber and Lyft, as they originally claimed in the past, assisting or helping with congestion by keeping vehicles off the road that normally would be driving? Or is Uber and Lyft actually contributing to more traffic congestion? Well, I read an article from NPR, and it stated that a recent survey in the top 9 cities show that congestion is actually worse because of ride sharing. So for any of you that were wondering, that seems to be what the study shows. In Chicago, it says you will see about 9 times the rides from Uber and Lyft, rideshare in general, than you will see from a traditional taxi cab. So a lot of drivers on the road. It's showing about 70,000 in Chicago, 70,000 Uber and Lyft rideshare drivers on the road taking trips every month. So it looks like we may be actually contributing to the congestion instead of assisting in decreasing it. Number 2 on my list is from the San Francisco Chronicle, and this article also kind of relates to the one that I just told you about. And this is saying that in San Francisco International Airport, the airport is actually offering discounts to rideshare passengers that would be willing to walk because of the congestion from the curbside pickup location at the airport and walk over to a parking garage to meet their rides. They're actually offering customers $3 discounts if you're willing to just walk across the street to the parking garage instead of waiting at the curbside, again, because of all the congestion at the airport terminals. So it was kind of crazy to come across 2 of these articles from 2 completely different locations on opposite ends of the country that are stating congestion is becoming a real problem with ride sharing. Number 3 on my list is from marketplace.org, and this one is going to sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's coming sooner than you think. Uber says that by 2023, they're hoping to have a fleet of electric drones in Dallas and Los Angeles. And get this, these drones can pick you up at your pickup location, fly you over, and drop you off, bypassing all of the gridlock, all of the congested areas. So this story kind of blends in with the other 2 that we were just talking about, because this is an alternative to minimizing this gridlock, minimizing this congestion in these big cities. Now, what's interesting is you would think something like this would probably cost a fortune. This would only be available to the elite, right? Wrong. Uber says they plan on having these seats. You can choose, this will be in the app, just like an Uber X, but you can choose like Uber Flight. You can choose 1 to 4 seats, and they're wanting to do this by the mile, similar to Uber X. So you'll be looking, they claim right now, you could be looking at about $1.50 a mile per seat. So keep that in mind, it's per seat. If you choose 4 seats, you're going to be looking at about $6 a mile, but still, this is a really cheap alternative and very efficient way, these are electric also, of getting around the city while not adding to the congestion in the traffic of the city. So that's going to be it for the video. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this with us. Stay safe out there, everybody, and we will catch you same time, same place next week in the next one.